Hope everybody's having a good day.
Fire! Fire! Trim the yards off the wind! Spread our wings to the wind!
Full sails!
Reef the topsails and gallants! Ease off the wind! Call it all sail!
Oh, what is
Les genoux, ne va pas te faire un On n'a pas fini, Sirois. Tu jacasseras plus tard.
So, Colonel, it seems my life is an open book to you.
Men from my regiment found you delirious and half-drowned. I did not know who you were. But what you were was obvious. I brought you to the Finnegans for care. Their late son was one of our order.
Master Johnson was furious.
It was a risk, but I suspected you might have left your brothers behind.
Colonel, the manuscript, why return it to me?
Because, Master Cormac, you earned my trust. It could not be in better hands.
Respectfully, sir, I'm more of a target than you now.
Gentlemen, Kesegawase is rallying to storm Albany. His allies threaten a friendly Oneida village, and French troops have already entered our territory.
Might be able to delay the French and help the Oneida.
We will ready the defenses in Albany.
If we are to defeat Kesegawase and his allies, I need to help the Oneida and see what I can do about the French.
Johnson stockpiled powder and shot here.
Bless him.
J'en ai ajouté 12 lundi, donc on peut faire ça.
Well,
So, not to pry, but would you happen to know if Kesegawase has any weaknesses?
He hasn't any. He was a scout and mercenary long before he joined the Assassins.
May Lady Luck be with you then.
I make my own luck.
The Colonel exerts a certain amount of control over the army, or part of it anyway. But we'll need both the soldiers and their native allies if we're to set up a proper defense against Kesegawase.
Kesegawase has allies in every tribe that sided with the French, as well as many others. Trappers, hunters, scouts. We'll need all the help we can muster.
Away anchor!
Bruh. Well, I can't remember. Oh, there's a tree there. Maybe I can hop down there.
Stay alert, men.
You have my gratitude, sir.
Nice.
What's in the cave?
How do I get into that?
Thank you. I mean it, sir.
Hey, don't move! time to fight. Grenade on the...
Stop! Let's have a word, Dolt. Make sure you find them all!
With kindness.
Boy, couldn't you have had the decent... So long as we hold the old woman hostage, these Oneida will not help the English.
Oh, my thanks indeed, good sir.
Halt! Stop! I hope you put up a decent fight.
Halt!
You?
Venerable one. My name is Shay Patrick Cormac. I am a friend.
A friend indeed. You have the gratitude of my people, Shay Patrick Cormac. For as long as you shall walk this earth, you will have a place here, among us.
My thanks.
It is I who thank you, young man. Would you be so kind as to walk with me? I am called Onata. There is a legend among my people. It tells of how the land under our feet was born, and how good and evil came into this world. The Sky Woman scattered her wisdom throughout our land. If you follow her path, you shall learn the true history of our people, and perhaps even uncover the reward locked within this cave. If you are the hero I believe you to be,
You honor me, Venerable one.
it is you who honor us, Shay Patrick Cormac. Farewell.
Oh. Oh. He's
Captain has the
Loose and can't go in!
Full sails!
Blues up! These
Oh.
are sticks!
shit.
Unfurled, mates! That's true! Ready to fire, sir! They have found rings! Now's all sail!
Anchor!
J'en ai ma claque de ce maudit paysage.
Pourquoi ne pas envoyer
Ils
des
auraient
éclaireurs
gagné,
sur
ils
ces
seraient
crêtes
temps de
et
changer.
déployer une drone moto ici? Parfait.
Do not think we can lose anymore. We have routed the enemy. We just need to clear shot. Bastards in this boat. Enemy sight. I'm glad we won. I remain unsure I'll be able to pay the quartermaster to replace those bullets. What a glorious battle! This victory is proof that... I remain unsure I'll be able to pay the quartermaster to replace those bullets. I'll have to borrow from that motherless dog again.
Okay.
This victory is proof that God favors us above all.
Oh.
Hey, Al, on n'est pas bête à ce point.
pass through. Oh. I see. Press A. Right.
Ohio country.
You look like you're having
Lord. Bruh. Why are you jumping on? There we go. Come on. Oop, right, come on. So just throw him. Tavern. I can beat some people up.
Flank him! Why he moan like that? Damn, I punched him in the balls. Enough crew. riding around.
Ow.
Timber!
Oh no.
Any good cotton? How too much singular.
Stop! I want to talk to you! I've got a shot! I can get it from here! Got him sighted!
Okay.
I can get it from here! Another body? Has anyone seen anything?
Stop there! Stand still! Where do you think you're going? And another wee heavy down this end, Joe. Huh? Oh, for God's sake, I have better things to do with my time. Gave up the ghost, poor bantling. not long dead. The one did this will rot in hellfire.
Bruh.
Just gave up the ghost, poor bantling. You be a killer, yeah.
You there! Stop! You're mine! Hey! Hold! Get back here, you jack turd! Get back here!
Damn, I just killed an innocent man. That's crazy. How am I supposed to get back out? Can I? No. Oh yeah. Nice. Oh, you mother. Bro, what are you doing? Just climb. Oh my god. Bro. Bro, what are you doing? Jesus Christ.
Are you looking for trouble? Oh!
Yo, what's up, Glacius? You having a stroke in chat again? That's cool. I don't know how long you were actually there. I was pretty fucking on the game, but
Selection of fine racing horses.
if I sound a little different, it's because I have some post-nasal drip going on, so that's fun.
King Frederick the Great of Prussia has successfully invaded
Alright.
neighboring Saxony.
Oh shit. Alright.
Guards, help!
Wait a minute. Glacius, how are you a VIP? It says I'm not allowed to VIP people.
I saw you, murderer! You'll suffer for that!
Yeah, it says I can't add VIP, that's weird. Ah, that's weird. Maybe I have too many VIPs, I don't know. Also, if you hear a weird noise, I don't know what's going on. I think my neighbors are doing something. It's kind of annoying, but I can't stop them, so. Nice.
I knew you were too much of
Lol.
I never thought I'd say this to a complete stranger, but I owe you my life.
The hell? Okay. They just they just died randomly. I mean, that works.
That's the way.
Oh.
Come back here right now. Hey, where do you think we're going?
Shit. Uh-oh.
Time to die!
Oh, okay. That works.
This body was not here a moment ago. They kill him, and now you die! Stop moving so much!
He moved that fast? Ain't no way. No way. Is it there? Where?
Prepare to die! Support my retreat!
That's crazy, I died. That... Damn. I have to redo that whole shit again. Bruh.
have as clear a shot as I can get. I have a shot.
Damn, that's
ready to
crazy.
fire. I can hit him from here. And now you die!
Bro, just climb.
Halt! Let us have a word, chum. Grenade out! I have a shot. Ready to fire. I can shoot him!
I do not know what I would have done without you, kind sir. If you ask me, we should mass all our forces.
Guys. 1 second, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I'm back.
good citizens are asked to notify a governor, churchman, or educator at the first sight of a potential outbreak of disease. Should any man, woman, or community to remain strong and healthy. Great French astronomer Jacques Cassini has died. A fellow of the Royal Society of London, he was the son. Bloody bastard! It was mine and you know it!
Nice. You didn't hear that? Oh. Shit. Oh shit. Fucking holes.
I think the French may have a stronger army, but I think the Royal...
Go up here, we're gonna go down to the valley. Ran that guy into the ground.
There was a shepherd boy keeping sheep upon the hill. He laid his bow and arrow down Oak Ford.
Ow. Oh, okay.
Carry me home to my father's gates before you put me down. Then you shall have my maidenhead and 20,000 pounds. Oh, blow your winds in the morning. Blow your winds, hi-ho. Oh, clear
We're ready and willing to do some good work, kind sir.
Alright.
Hey! Jump!
Oh shit.
In my sight, clear as day. Oh, don't lose the shit!
Yo, what's up, Shadow? I almost got my ass kicked. So that was fun. Also, if I sound weird, I said this earlier, but you weren't here. If I sound weird, it's because I have some post-nasal drip going on, so that's why I may sound nasally. How's your day going, though? Trying to finish an essay due tonight. Yeah, yesterday I was doing a lot of stuff. That was one of the reasons I didn't stream. I was also just tired in general because my body was like... Yesterday was, I guess, like, you know, like the worst day of being sick, so, my body was fighting off that infection pretty hard yesterday. I was just exhausted between that and school. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, like I was doing a lot of stuff too. I was finishing up a slideshow. That guy's just walking to the wall. I was finishing up a 7-page slideshow about Native American tribes. It was for my class. That's about genocides. Because I take that as an elective. Because I want to get into history. And I then had to do a 2-page essay. It wasn't too hard because he made it 2 pages, but he made it double spaced, so it was really only like 1 page.
Let's get moving.
And then I had to do like 2 homework packets, which was something. But I managed to finish it all within like 2 hours, which is good. But as soon as I went to bed, I just passed out. School's kicking my butt. Yeah, I mean, we're getting about that halfway point in the marking period. So, you know, progress reports are going to be coming out soon. So they're trying to give us some, like, big letter grade assignments, you know, so that, you know, a kid doesn't have an F already. And we're not even halfway through the marking period. Yeah. Because there's some kids like that who just don't care and just don't do work. Yeah, this year's rougher than last. Yeah, this year's... I'm okay, though, because, I mean, I guess you could say I'm generally the good kid in school. Like, I don't really... Like, I don't do anything dumb. But my school's definitely made some weird decisions. Like, last year, they didn't really make us do homework. Basically they were like anything you didn't finish in class was homework and it would be due the next day. Um, but this year they're making homework mandatory. Luckily, a lot of my schools are like, well, not schools. A lot of my teachers are like they don't really like homework because they see it just another fucking thing they have to grade. So they're just like, we'll give you like the smallest thing we can, and that's what they usually do. Like maybe it's a multiple choice thing or whatever, but yeah, midterms are a thing, and they're just. I basically treat them as the end of the market period, anyways, or semester, because they act like it's that, like it's as important as that. And I'm just like, all right, whatever. I can't believe we're already hitting midterms, though. It's crazy. Literally a couple weeks ago, we just started school. Now we're almost at the end of this semester. Glad the teachers do homework like that. Yeah. Most of my teachers are younger, too. Oh, whoa. How do you see them? But yeah, most of them are a little younger, so they also just get the thing of having to do homework, too. Because, like, I used to have teachers who would just basically give almost a whole new assignment as homework. And, like, I knew it wasn't supposed to be like that when my dad was upset with it, because my dad taught for a bit. So, I knew shit was a little weird. And then, I think it was, COVID happened, so they stopped really assigning homework. And then, I think a lot of kids were just not doing their work, so they were failing, and they needed to find some sort of way to, I guess, have kids boost their grades, so they put homework back in. My two finals coming up next week, and I'll be done with those classes for good. Well, that's good. This week was our first benchmarks, which, they aren't bad since it's the first benchmark. You're pretty much just guessing the entire time. You're not really actually doing the work. But doing a 50 question thing almost every other day is tiring. Ted Quest, thank you for coming in. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for being a first time chatter. Questions. Yeah, they're between 40 to 50 questions. I mean, most of them are a multiple choice thing or some chart. Yeah, it's tiring. My day's going well. How about yours? Right? Good thing that worked out. Sometimes what's it called? What's it called? The Berserk Dart. Sometimes it doesn't work out and they just get killed. Day's going well. Went to the gym and played AC Unity for the rest of the night. Nice. I think I have Unity. I touched it once, and I don't think it's not that I didn't get into it. I think I was just I think I may have actually been playing Rogue again at the time. I replay Rogue a lot because it's a small one. But I never just, played through. Although when I played a little bit, it was similar to Syndicate for me, which I played all the way through. So I think it'd be pretty easy for me to play through. Unity is a mixed bag. If you don't get bugs, it's amazing, but if you get bugs, it's terrible. Yeah, I got a newer copy of it. Like, I got a disc of it like 2 years ago for my Xbox One, so it's good. It works fine. It's just the fact that I just never really made myself get into it, you know.
Hey, hey! Let's go to our singing!
I've played like a little bit of every Assassin's Creed except for Brotherhood and Revelations. Um, because I don't want to touch those without finishing too. Because it just kind of be weird, you know. It's like watching the middle of a film franchise, and you know, it doesn't make sense. Even though I relatively know the stories, I've watched so many videos. Still, but yeah. Syndicate was my first Assassin's Creed game, but it's not one of my favorites after I've played a bunch of them. I still have a soft spot for it, but I recognize the troubles it has. You know, a little bit of Unity I played was pretty fun. Unity's my favorite AC game, so I'm a bit biased, but in general, it's a good game. It's just amazingly focused, amazing, just not the bugs. Yeah, I heard the stealth and like parkour in Unity is like some of the best in the franchise, which I'm not that surprised by, considering it was like the first of what was going to be their next gen games until they decided to move over to the what you call
Get the mainsails into the wind!
this style that like Valhalla and Origins and Odyssey are. RPG. Yeah, that's what it is, RPG. I'm not a big fan of the newer games, you know, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. I enjoyed Valhalla a little bit, but I think that's just because I'm a big fan of the Middle Ages in history, which includes the Viking era. So, you know. Origins, in my opinion, is the only good RPG game. I actually agree with that. Like, I don't like Valhalla because of game-wise. I just like it because, the setting, you know? But Origins, like, I watched, you know, a playthrough of it, and I saw that, you know, like, yet Caesar was it shows the Origins of it. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I loved that, you know, you could actually explore, like, all of that area of Egypt, you know? Like, you climb the pyramids. Honestly, just isn't an AC game. Oh, I agree. It is. It would have been, like, a great game for Ubisoft if they just sold it as a game where you play as a Spartan in ancient Greece. But they sold it as a game where you, as a Assassin's Creed game, where you play as a Spartan, but it makes no sense. In my opinion, it's the same thing with Valhalla. Like, Valhalla definitely has more of the theme of assassins and stuff than Odyssey did, because it has, like, you know, Hytham in them. But still, like, a Viking being anything with an assassin doesn't make sense. They are the complete opposite of stealth, and yeah. Like, Odyssey's fun if you're looking for a nice game about ancient Greece, but yeah. Probably would have been amazing if it wasn't an AC game. Yeah. They just added AC title for the sales as you, so can't make any good original games anymore. Yeah, I agree. Like Rogue, which I'm playing right now, it's one of my favorites. I think it's up there in the top 3 for me. And I know, like, it definitely shouldn't be in my top 3. but I enjoy the setting very much. Next to the Middle Ages of Europe, I love the colonial era. Rogue is an amazing game, especially with how fascinating. Yeah. I get that many of the assets are just stolen completely from I don't know why could I have walked across? Yeah, we'll just go back. But yeah, I know like many of the assets of Rogue were stolen from Black Flag. Like the gameplay is obviously an exact copy. I do like the naval combat in Rogue better than Black Flag though. There's not really any major changes, but there is one minor change with the puckle gun, which I like. It's a little easier to maneuver it. It's my second favorite AC game. I just love it. There you go. I think Rogue is probably my second favorite as well. My favorite overall is 3 because I just love the American Revolution, and I think Haytham is an awesome character, and that's also why Rogue is my second favorite. Like it has Haytham in there, and it's a very similar setting. It's a little different because it's in the French and Indian War, and it's in a different area of America, but it's still like really fun, and Puckle Gun is the best addition to ship combat. Yeah. Well, the Puckle Gun I think was in Black Flag, but you used it with a different button. I think in that game it was like Y. Well, on the Xbox controller for me, I don't know what you use, but for me, on the Xbox controller, you would use Y for it in Black Flag. But in Rogue, for me, I think it's like RB or something, so it's easier to maneuver it because you only have to move your finger a little bit upwards. So you save a little bit of time if you're like in a fight. Like, it's the smallest change possible, but it actually helps a lot. I also like Rogue, like, it's definitely way easier than Black Flag. And that was probably made to be that way because, well, Rogue wasn't their main concern when they were making the game, so it was Unity. But Rogue is definitely easier, so it's great to play, like, oh, if you just want to play something, but you don't feel like getting sweaty. Black Flag uses a swivel gun for the entirety of the game. Yeah, that's right. They use a swivel gun. I know it's very similar, but yeah, it is a little different. Yeah. I think it may be the same thing. I think they actually just used the names of it. They called it in like different areas of the world. Or maybe it's kind of like a like an older generation of it, considering Black Flag is about 40, 50 years before Rogue. But yeah, like I'm pretty good with history around this era. So, I enjoy these games very much. Like, the Kenway games are my favorite games. So, Rogue, Black Flag, 3. It's similar, but it's not automatic. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably like a predecessor to it. The creator of the Pokemon was mentioned. Black Flag. Interesting. Look, I don't know if you have the DLCs and stuff for Rogue, but one of them is the Sir James Gunn DLC, where you basically have to find these crosses that are placed by an old Templar around like the North Atlantic, and it's actually based on a myth. It's never been confirmed. There's no real evidence that it's real, but basically the myth is that before Columbus landed in America, there's a theory that one of the old Templars, like about 10, 20 years after the persecution of the Templars, followed old Viking routes and landed in Newfoundland, which is the modern day Canada, and may have buried something. And they kind of just took that idea and made it into that DLC. It's very small, it's just like this cool Templar outfit you can have. It's like it has a cloak and stuff. Looks like I need to get the DLC somehow. Yeah, and it's not like a hard thing either. You just go around and it's like another one of those collectible things. I think the easiest one I could compare it to is the native pillar ones, except it doesn't have that whole puzzle. It's just like, you find out where it is, you grab it, and you take it back to the thing, you put it in, and you get the outfit. But it also comes with an extra fort that you siege to get to the outfit. It's, I think it's actually on my map, I think. It's in the North Atlantic, I believe. Yeah, so it's somewhere over here. I haven't gone much into the North Atlantic on this save file, so I haven't actually discovered it yet. But it's somewhere over here. It may actually be this, but yeah, the DLC is somewhere over here where that fort is. I love purging forts in this game, but I got overpowered quickly, so it wasn't a challenge. It's still fun. Yeah, yeah. I think like a cool game. I think the only game that I think would actually fit well into like the RPG element that they were doing for Assassin's Creed would have been another game set during the Crusades, but you play as a Templar, because it makes more sense. Because having a game with a Templar would probably actually play a lot like an RPG, considering Templars are seen as these like badass warriors in most popular culture. Yes, 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 and yes. Yeah. Like, because in real life, there's a lot of historical religious stuff that has happened with the Templars and the Crusades. Like, back then, with all that stuff, a lot of those Templars, those soldiers, they claim to have found some religious items like the Holy Grail or the Crown of Thorns, and obviously it's probably not actually real, but they could have it in Assassin's Creed as a piece of Eden and have it as like, oh, you're hunting for this lost Templar treasure. But Ubisoft doesn't do what is cool, and they decide to make something that literally nobody asked for. That's why I pray to God that Mirage is fun or good. Like, it looks good, but Ubisoft has a way of making every game look good, even if it will come out bad, so... Ubisoft has so many ideas at the fingertips and they just decide not to use them. I agree. Well, one of the things I still think was definitely going to happen. In fact, I think, like, I believe it so much that I think I know it was going to happen. I think if Unity didn't fail in the whole department of, like, people loving it just because it had those glitches, I think they were going to make a sequel with Connor and Arno going after Shay, because it only makes sense. Connor is trying to avenge all the colonial assassins that got killed by Shay. Arno's trying to avenge his father who was killed by Shay. And Shay, I don't know, maybe you could make Shay the new Grand Master of the Colonial Templars. It would make sense considering he was in Europe at the time. He had just killed Charles Dorian. Waiting for that. Yeah. Shay's the perfect villain. He is, especially since he's, I wouldn't say relatable. Like, I don't think anybody's really lived through the hell that Shay has. but like he's definitely one of the more like sympathetic Templars in the Assassin's Creed franchise. Like him and Haytham, but Haytham is definitely way more cold blooded than Shay. Like Haytham has done some shit. Like in 3 and in Rogue, he will interrogate somebody and then he just kills them. But Shay is more sympathetic. Like he may just knock them out. Time for another bar fight. Because I'm Irish. He just punched his teammate. That's hilarious. I kind of wish I got the remastered version of Rogue. I'm just using the original version of Rogue. I kind of wish I got the remastered version because it has some more, like... It doesn't really have any graphical stuff. Because the remastered literally came out months after Rogue came out. But it has some more skins. Maybe teammates who will feel like punching them from time to time. True. I mean... Isn't that what Anakin did to the younglings? He just gave them a little beating, you know? Nothing too serious. You think he actually killed them? No. That's how so many Jedi survived. They just took a little beating, that's all. They just got a little spanking. Jesus Christ, it's all the way on top. What the hell happened? Did Santa land? Shay would have been an amazing villain, as he's a comics character, as he is ideal in Brotherhood and Temple. So it would have been awesome seeing him fight the new clone assassin. I don't know. I agree. And like many people have said something like, well, Shay probably would have been a little too old. That's why I think he would have been the perfect villain, because he'd be easier to take on. Because like, I don't know if you've played the Arkham Batman games, but like, Shay's like the Arkham Batman of the Assassin's Creed universe. Like, he's unstoppable. That's why I think it's perfect to fight him when he's like in his... He would have been around 65. Yeah. That's why I think it would have been perfect to fight him around then. He'd be easier to fight, so it would actually make sense to why he's a little weaker. But he'd also be more wise. And we know he had a son, so his son would be helping him. Yeah. And maybe like, Cause his grandson was in the Civil War. It was Cudgel Cormac. Maybe his son is like maybe they could come out with like a spin-off game with his son in like the War of 1812. Like I think that would make sense because his son probably would have been 20s or 30s by then. That would have been cool because a game on the War of 1812 and Assassin's Creed would make so much sense. You have Templars probably helping out the British, and they're trying to retake America. And you have assassins, maybe, that are allied with, like, the president or something. We also know Connor had a wife at some point, so maybe, I mean, obviously, because Desmond's related to him. So I wonder, like, if we could see Connor's son or daughter. I think he may have actually had a daughter. I'm not sure. He may have had both, but I think he just had a daughter. Oh, but Shay, just let go. Jesus. Connor had 3 kids. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. One daughter and 2, I don't know. I think he had, like, at least one son. I want to know who I think a good and they could just explain it with a simple comic too. Is where did Edward get his assassin abilities from? Like obviously we know he got it from the Isu. Like that's pretty, like everybody would know that. But like which parent of his had that ability? Cause like it's just a little weird. Like with Desmond, both of his parents have assassin ancestors. I believe Ezio is like through his mom's side, and Hatham and Connor are through his dad's side. So like the Kenways are Miles. Well, not Miles. No, that's the last one. William Miles and the Auditores and I think Altair is through his mother. So like maybe both of Edward's parents have ancestors of Isu, or maybe just one of them. I think that'd be a cool little thing because the farthest we've gone back with that family is Edward, and Edward explains that he's had like the eagle vision. I'm going the wrong way, but Edward explains he's had the eagle vision, all those abilities his entire life. He just never really knew it was something different. Like he thought everybody just had it. I mean, Altair and Ezio are through Desmond's mom. Miles is kind of like, yeah, he is.
Killing people is easy. Killing beasts, not so much.
That's so fucking random. I'm just walking and he goes, killing people is easy. That sounds scary. How did I misfire so badly? The sleep sleep darts are actually really good for hunting, because like they won't run from you, and with like you're not using your gun, so it won't make a loud noise. Point blank range. Listen, I kind of suck at these games, and these are the easy ones. This is the easy one. Imagine me playing like Assassin's Creed 1 on stream. I'd get obliterated in the first mission. Actually, I have gotten obliterated in the first mission. It's not on stream. I'm not showing that. Sleep darts are so useful for getting bear pelts. Yeah, I usually just fight the bears. Like, that's really easy. You just press the buttons, you know? But getting, like, deer and stuff is tricky because they're so fast. The last one I'm gonna have to shoot. God. And a lot of times with, like, pelts, like, I had an old save file where I had so much money. Like, I had hundreds of thousands of money. So I just would buy all the pelts and stuff. Like, I wouldn't worry about it. Because I had so much money, I could easily spend it all on all the stuff to upgrade, like, all of Shay's armor. That's my main concern. And for his, Edward got his Isu ability, I don't know why, but it felt like his mom is the reason. I can see that. Like, maybe. I want to know how they unlock it, though. Because, I remember Mary Reed said something like, everybody has it, some people just haven't unlocked it yet. Because the thing is, like, everybody has Isu DNA, because everybody was made by the Isu. Like, humans are all made by the Isu. So they all have Isu DNA. It's just some people... It's kind of like in Star Wars. I don't know if you're a Star Wars guy, but in Star Wars, like, everybody has the Force. Some people just have, like, bigger amounts of it. It's kind of just like if you have something in your DNA. Yeah. Look at me comparing Star Wars to Assassin's Creed. You can only find that here. You're a big Star Wars guy? I love to hear that. If you look at my, panels or banners, whatever they're called for my links, I have Star Wars ones, Doctor Who ones. I'm a big Doctor Who fan. That's where my username comes from. I have an Assassin's Creed one, and I believe the other one is DC Comics. DC Comics is my favorite comic universe thing, whatever. Like, I love Flash and Batman. Yeah. That's the reason I joined the stream, as I saw Star Wars as attack. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I put all those tags in thinking maybe it'd get a little more people to come in because they see maybe multiple things they like, and you know. Like, and I put the Legends tag in there because I'm a big Star Wars Legends guy. Like, I love the old book series. Even as a 15-year-old kid who technically grew up alongside the sequels, even though I hate the sequels. I'm a prequel guy. Like, you know, I watched Clone Wars more than I've watched the sequels. Like, I was a little kid when Clone Wars was out, but I still watched it because it was a cartoon, and, you know, I may have gotten traumatized, but, you know, all Star Wars fans get traumatized. Sequels are bad fan fictions. They're not even fan fictions, they're just fictions. Because no real fan made them. I should have known Star Wars was going to be messed up when they hired the guy who somehow messed up a Star Trek live action film to make Star Wars. Like, if he already messed up Star Trek, he's going to mess up Star Wars. So, yeah. Is that all of it? That was it? Alright. This is a fort. Oh, this is a gang headquarters. Never mind. No. True. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame JJ for episode 9, though, because Disney basically told him, was like, oh, try and clean as much as you can from The Last Jedi, because they all knew they fumbled with The Last Jedi. And so JJ was not only having to put in his own story, but then clean up stuff from Last Jedi. So, you know, I don't blame him 100% for episode 9, but I didn't, like, I hated episode 9, but I didn't hate Force Awakens, but it obviously was just a rehash of episode 4. If Finn was the main character, sequels would have been 10 times better. Yeah, I feel like it should have been Finn and Poe. Because in the comics, I think it's the Alphabet Squadron comics, one of the pilots of the A-Wings was the woman who would become Poe's mother. And I think when she was pregnant, or when Poe was recently born, Luke Skywalker gave her a piece of the Tree of Life that was in the Jedi Temple grounds, and it has the Force in it, and many people were thinking that means, like, oh, so Poe's Force sensitive because of that piece of the tree, and maybe that's why he's so good at flying, and maybe he could be, like, a future Jedi, or something like Kyle Katarn. I remember a lot of people were saying, like, what if he could be like Kyle Katarn, who, if you don't know who that is, he was a rebel mercenary who became a Jedi. Character was cool, and he's an ex-stormtrooper. Yeah, Finn was awesome, though. They should have made Finn into the Jedi, and they should have made Poe kind of like a Kyle Katarn figure. Like, keep him as, like, this cool, like, almost like a new Han Solo, but, like, I think Poe would definitely fit as Kyle Katarn. Possibilities, yeah, Disney won't give it to us, yeah. I've loved the Ahsoka show so far. The only gripe with the Ahsoka show I have is that it's Disney, which means I like something that Disney has done. Like, I don't want to admit it, but I gotta admit it. It's really good so far. Some of the acting has been hit or miss, like with Sabine and Hera, but I wasn't really, like, I don't really care about how some acting is as long as it's not that distracting. Like, I get it. Some people aren't as talented as others. So I don't really care about that. I'm running in all different directions. But yeah. Like, I really liked the past 3 episodes have been, like, some of the best Star Wars content I've ever seen since Clone Wars Season 7. I've only watched the first episode of Ahsoka. I'm waiting for all the episodes to be out. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I was gonna do that, but I knew I wouldn't be able to avoid spoilers. With as much as I go on YouTube and stuff, I knew I wouldn't be able to avoid anything. So I was just like, I'll just watch it. And honestly, I kind of miss the whole having to wait a week to watch something. It reminds me of when I was younger and would wait for The Flash to come on every week. So yeah. But yeah, I think the last episode's next week. So, yeah. But the last couple of episodes have been really, really good. And I can't wait to see. You know, we see Clone Wars flashbacks. Can't wait to see Anakin the second Clone Wars live action. Yeah. All those scenes were really good. Not gonna lie, made me a little emotional. It kind of brought back my childhood a little bit, but it was really cool and fun. I do wish like stuff like that maybe happened a little earlier, maybe 5 years, 7 years, just because you can obviously see that Hayden is definitely older than he was in Revenge of the Sith. I don't think that's a bad thing though. I think it actually kind of shows maturity in like the whole General Skywalker thing. You know, Hayden gets to wear the general armor. Yeah, he does. Yeah, that was awesome. Um uh like there's only one episode left of Ahsoka, and something tells me that it's all gonna actually leave on a cliffhanger though for Dave Filoni's movie, because if you haven't heard, Dave Filoni's gonna make a Star Wars movie, and I believe it's set around the same time as like Ahsoka and Mandalorian. So something tells me that that movie may actually be like a whole, like from rumors I've heard, it's almost gonna be like Star Wars Avengers, and I think it's gonna be something like Mando, Ahsoka, the Rebels crew, against Thrawn, maybe Boba too, since they have Book of Boba Fett, which definitely gonna end on a cliffhanger. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think they're gonna do all of it in one episode. Even if the episode's a long one, like a whole hour, it would still be too small to fit all that stuff in. The actor who plays Thrawn, is the same one from Rebels. He's amazing. Like, not many characters can make you feel scared just by talking. Like, all he's been doing is just talking, and you feel scared. If I get to see Chopper and Grogu commit war crimes together, I'll be pleased. Yeah, right? You have Grogu, like, eating frogs, and you have Chopper making Star Destroyers collide with each other. I kind of want... I want to see something like, I want to see... show, like, a Star Wars What If, like what they did for Marvel, and have legend stories. But I'm also scared if they did that, because then if they did stuff like that, then it would probably mean they couldn't bring those stories into actual, like, canon. Because, like, I love a lot of the Legends characters. Like, Kyle Katarn is one of my favorite characters. The Yuzong Wong, Disney would somehow mess it up. I agree with that, too. They would somehow mess it up. Like, they would, like, probably swap, like, genders with everything or something. Like, they would do something dumb that, like, didn't really need to be done. Like how Disney brought in Rey because they said they wanted, like, a strong woman character. They're like, she's completely original. And then they just ripped off every idea from Jaina Solo. It's like, you had a fantastic character there, and you just copy and pasted her. It's like, literally the only difference between her and Rey is that Rey isn't the daughter of Han, and she has a blue lightsaber, later yellow, instead of purple. That's it. And the only difference between Kylo and Ben, or Kylo and Jason Solo, is that Kylo Ren doesn't kill the wife of Luke Skywalker because she doesn't exist, and he has no twin sister. Like, instead you have Rey, which for some reason you make her his love interest, even though they're more like siblings. Like, come on. Like, Legend Star Wars is wacky. Like, it has a lot of wacky stuff, you know? Like, it almost reminds me of something like Doctor Who from the 80s, or actually more like Doctor Who from the 90s. How, you know, the show wasn't on anymore, but they had all these audio dramas, and they were all wacky. Like, they're awesome, but they're wacky, and that's how Star Wars was in Legends. They had the most wacky shit, but it was some of the funnest stuff ever. Like, they have a Max Rebo story. I've been wanting to get into the Legend stuff. How would you recommend me? The first thing I would recommend you reading or listening to, like, if you have Audible, you can get these books and listen to them. Listen to the original Thrawn trilogy. If you want something to write it down. It's Heir to the Empire, Dark Forces Rising, and The Last Command. The original Thrawn trilogy is essentially a whole movie trilogy. Like, it's kind of like the first set of, like, sequels. And then you have... there's a lot of books. But if you want some simple stuff, like, go into YouTube, and there's a guy named Manda Dash Lore. He makes stuff on Legends, and he covers pretty much all that Legends content. Hi Sarah, how's your day going? My day's going well. Did some stuff for school, and yeah, how's your day going? Thinking of getting all the Thrawn books. I have the newer. Oh, you have the new ones? Yeah. The new Disney ones, well, one's owned by Disney. They're written by the same author, Timothy Zahn. So they're like, that's the thing I like, that they got the original author, so they weren't messing with Thrawn. Like, those Thrawn books are some of the best stuff that's come out of Disney Star Wars. Because, they had cool flashbacks in the Ascendancy trilogy. One of the only good things Disney has done. Yeah. Disney's left us mad a little bit. What the hell? Oh, I just alerted everyone, huh? Ow. Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay. Okay. Just vibing, waiting for Fortnite to finish downloading. Nice. Oh, I knew I was gonna die because I was just paying attention to the chat. Do your thing. Attack the other guy because you're going insane. Yay. Or... Oh. No! Whoa! Don't do that! No! Killing an innocent person, that's crazy. And that's my fault, too. He probably deserved it somehow. Let's be honest. We can lie to make ourselves feel better. Alright,
Let's have a word, dogs.
Hey, let's not. How did that guy get alerted? He's dead. That doesn't make sense. Oh shit. You don't think I'll buy any more comics or books for I'll spend a lot of money on some DC comics? Yeah, I get that. I kind of went through a whole haul last year where I was buying a lot of omnibuses. of like some classic storylines like Crisis on Infinite Earths, Death in the Family. I was getting all that stuff. And then I look at my, like, how much money I spent. It's like a couple $100. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna save up. Doing good. Oh, it's doing that thing where my Xbox forgets it's connected to the yeah. Yeah, I was trying to download something the other day, and my Xbox just kept doing that thing where it's like it's installing the game, and then it just stops installing it. It says like we're having a problem installing your game. Check the disc. And I'm installing. I'm like, there is no disc. It's a digital copy. What do you mean check the disc? And I had to reset the whole Xbox, and I had to do it about 3 times. Like, I mean, I get my Xbox is a little older, but jeez. It's not that old. It's 7 years old. It's not ancient. Spend about £70 and I'm already broken out, so that's a lot of money. Yeah. Yeah, and pretty much all the money I spent is stuff from like, I don't know, birthday money or holidays or whatever. So like, it's all my money, but I'm like, 8 smart decisions to spend it all. Especially when, you may see something cool that you want, but you still want enough money to do other things. Alright, I gotta find the gang leader. Wherever he is, he's in the circle somewhere. Bought a lot of Batman stuff, yeah. Like, one of the purchases I was thinking about getting was the first appearance of the Reverse Flash. I saw online it was like $170, which pretty damn good for. The fuck? What the f? No, come back here. What? Huh? That don't make sense. I had a full health bar. What'd he do? Huh? Okay. Here we go again. You know what? I'm just gonna go in guns blazing. How about that? I don't care anymore.
Hey, hold a moment, Kerr.
Yeah. If I'm the gas mask, you don't get me. Alright. Yep. They're coming after me. I know. I just started to lose my cool, so I started going on the rampage. I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm like, you want to fight? Fine, fine. I'll just take care of you. Honestly, $100 for the first appearance of one of the coolest CC villains ever. That seems fair. Yeah, but the comic wasn't in the greatest shape. That's why they're selling it so cheap. Like, I looked at other sellers. Like, if it was in mint condition or whatever, it was over $700, which makes sense. Which, it's still not too. That's still like, I mean, it's expensive as hell, but for something like that, like a first appearance of a major character, that's like not expensive, but still, I'm not spending $700 just for a comic that I'm never going to be able to read, and still would only be worth not even $1,000. Just roll? Teaching me some whole new moves. And the gang leader is just... What is he doing? Oi! Ow! 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 What happened? I know. I know. Jesus Christ. That didn't kill you. Shot you in the face. There you go. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I'll do that after. Alright. Whoa.
Curses! These scouts shoot wild!
Ah. Okay. I'm here. No, I'm not letting you leave.
You run interference.
Hi, buddy.
I'll regroup our forces. If only he could stand still for a second. You're dead.
Yes!
Bondi, assist me.
No! Fucking hell.
No, you fight him while I run away.
Yes! So, also $700 is a lot, but for first spirit, yeah, like, it's reasonable for the value, but still, I'm not spending $700 for that. Like, and Flash is one of my favorite heroes, so to get, you know, first appearance on this arch nemesis, that's awesome, but I'm not paying $700 for it. And that's crazy considering there's motherfuckers who are spending $20 million to get a copy of Action Comics #1. First appearance of Superman. Like, that's crazy. Like, whoever spent that has way too much money on their hands. Okay, I'm just gonna kill the Slayer, cut down the flag. If you want, I don't know if you have, but my Discord is in my About Me. I believe it's the one with the Star Destroyer on there. So if you want to join, you can. It's kind of dead, but I mean, if you get enough people, we can always revive it. So, you know. Especially, you know, if you want, you could ever DM me about something. You could use one of our Star Wars chats, or I don't think we have an Assassin's Creed chat yet, but I could probably just make one real quick. Like, we have one for Doctor Who and Star Wars. I made the server before I really got into Assassin's Creed. Check it out. Alright, man. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Nice. Alright. Now we're just gonna kill the slaver. And it's easy by doing this. Bam. Alright, so that's all good and dandy. Join the Discord? Alright, man. Look, as you can see, Discord's dead. It is just dead as hell. But, yeah. I'm assuming your name is Sif Dog. Yeah, yeah, it's you. Yeah, it is. Now I don't have to worry about fucking enemies being up my ass. Oh, okay. Imagine you're just living in your house and this guy just comes like climbing. Like you're just having family dinner and this guy is just like climbing up your window. Let's get it. Yo, Domino. How's streaming? Streams are nice. Got a new viewer. It's funny because you haven't been here in forever. Because let's be honest, I stream so sporadically, and it says you're a first-time chatter, which is pretty funny. What the hell? That. Okay, that was a. You can just shoot other people. Max, I feel like a whole new. Been working like crazy. Oh, God. I've entered my sophomore year of high school, and let me tell you, well, I don't know why I need to tell you. You've already went through it, but yeah. Jesus Christ, it's tiring. I've heard from a lot of people that sophomore year is like the worst year of high school, which I get considering it's like the middle of the middle of high school. You know, miss those days. Yeah. I have some pretty good classes though. I'm a big history nerd, so I have Holocaust and Genocide. You could probably guess what that class is about. Um, I have U.S. History Honors, which is just like the advanced class of U.S. History. U.S. History is easy for me because I already know U.S. History. Like if you're a history guy, you pretty much know history about your own country. It only makes sense. Um, I got biology, uh, English, obviously, geometry, and Spanish. Luckily, this is the last year I have to take Spanish, so I don't have to worry about taking any other language next year. Um, and next year would be my last year of math. Fuck geometry. No, fuck any type of math. That shit sucks. Struggled so much with algebra last year, and now first they make me count fucking letters, and now they're making me count shapes. Like what? But I know once I leave school, I'm gonna miss it. That's the thing. I know it's gonna happen. Maybe that's why my thing is gonna be a teacher, probably. Post my first thing in Discord, but I'm gonna look at it right now because I have nothing else to do. Your gecko? Oh my god, you have a gecko? That's awesome. I had a little aquatic frog. I had him since about 2016. He just passed early August. But yeah, he lived pretty long for being an aquatic frog. Usually they're only like 3 to 4 years. He lived like 7 years. That's pretty damn long, you know. But that was the only like reptilian animal I've had. I've just had cats. We had dogs when I was like 2, but we gave them up for adoption because they were like very rowdy and I was a baby, so that's not a good combo. It's never fun to lose, but I wasn't really hurt by it that much. I mean, I wasn't that close to it, you know. It's just a little frog that I fed it once a day. Like, wasn't really that much of a uh I don't know, like pain for me. We did have a scare with one of my cats though. He's 10 this year, so you know stuff's gonna start to happen. Like he had a cardiac issue where he had a small heart attack and he had fluid building up, but we took him to the vet and they took care of it. Now we just have to mix some meds into his food. But yeah, your dog and a spider was spider guy. Interesting. What's your favorite kind of spider? Oh God, I hate scratchy bears. Tarantula, oh not it. Wow, giant tarantula, that's cool. I had a buddy that had spiders, um, but he wasn't the brightest bulb in the shed, and he let them go, and one bit a pet he had, and I think it killed that pet. So he was forced to get rid of the tarantulas. I don't know why he let him free, but just furry puppies with fangs. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I've heard they're actually really friendly if you're, you know, not bothering it, pretty much. It's kind of like bees, you know? People are so afraid of bees, but it's like, they're not going to hurt you if you don't harm them, or at least make them feel like they're going to be harmed. That's the tricky thing. You may not even mean to harm a bee, but they may feel a little differently. If you feed them, they'll like you. Exactly. That's the same thing with dogs or cats. You feed them enough, they'll like you, because they know where the food's coming from. Sometimes it gets to be a pain in the ass, though, because every time you walk out into the kitchen, they surround you. Like, my cats will surround me and they'll start meowing. I'm like, you just ate literally 10 minutes ago. I'm not feeding you for, like, 6 hours. Because that's when you're supposed to be fed next. Like, cats only really need to be fed, like, twice a day. In fact, really, we don't really need to feed our cats because we have one of those automatic things. But ever since my one cat's heart issue, we've had to get him wet food and mix in the meds because we tried like doing the thing where you just inject it into his mouth. It ain't working. He doesn't like it. I don't blame him because you kind of have to like pin him down to do it. I don't blame him for not liking that. Why am I not moving? Okay. But yeah, we've had to switch to wet food, and our other cat, we have two. She gets jealous. So we have to give her wet food too, or else she'll just not stop whining for the whole day. So we have to get like a lot of wet food. You know, the dude who let us tarantula, we don't claim this. Tarantulas can be very dangerous to dogs. Yeah, I think it was like a not a puppy, but like it was just like a smaller dog he had, and yeah, that don't mix well. That don't mix well. But he must have felt like so guilty, which I feel bad about, but also like should have had enough common sense to not let your spider out, because he let the spider out on purpose. He didn't mean for it to kill anything, but he let it out on purpose. Like, that's just dumb. Okay, can't go on that. Shanty. Oh my god, it teleported. Where is it? Oh, that's okay. Sometimes a shanty's just like, they just go anywhere they like, huh? Come on. Don't lose it. Boy. Oh, my voice cracked because I'm sick. Jesus. It went, boy. Chest, and I think that's it for this part of the map. I have a dog and I have the tarantulas, but I'm not that dumb because my dog is old and rarely enters my room, and I always check that the closures are closed after I feed him, and I'm very safe in them. But that dude, yeah, you shouldn't have let the tarantula. Yeah. Yep. There we go. We're getting into a larger topic. Favorite Jedi, favorite Sith, favorite Star Wars character in general. It's a little tough. Favorite Sith would be Vader. But my favorite Jedi is an Anakin. Favorite Jedi would be Kyle Katarn from Legends, because he's just awesome. It's almost like if you mixed Anakin and Han Solo together. Like, he fell to the dark side for a little bit. He's really cool. He's actually from a game series. It's actually the first Star Wars first-person shooter game called Dark Forces. It came out in 1995. And originally it was basically just Star Wars Doom. But in the second game they introduce that like he has the Force and he starts using a lightsaber, and eventually the games become mainly lightsaber games with blaster on the side. Have that guy play it one day. Yeah. On Steam they have all of the games. Only problem is like the Dark Forces games, like the original two, actually original three. One is like it was a DLC, but now it is just sold as a third game. Um, some of them like oh you can only play them with like a certain type of computer, like it has to be like an older type of thing. It's dumb. But I have Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy, which are the final two games on my Xbox. Jedi Academy, you don't actually play as Kyle Katarn, you play as his student from Luke's Jedi Academy on Yavin 4. Because in Legends, the new Jedi Order Academy was on Yavin 4, which, at the old ancient Sith temple, they converted it into a Jedi temple. But, like, they're really cool because it explores, like, mythos of the Jedi, but also stuff from the Empire. And even teases that stuff from, like, maybe the Clone Wars. Also, the voice actress who voiced Kyle's partner, Jan in Jedi Outcast, went on to voice Hera in Rebels. So it's a fun little piece of trivia. And Dark Forces, the game, is also the first appearance of the Dark Troopers. Although in Legends they're a little different. They first started out like they're uh kind of proto, I guess, forms were clone trooper veteran cyborgs that basically they were given cybernetics so that they could fight better in the Empire than they did in the Clone Wars. And then eventually they just became robot suits with the Phase 1s. And then they kind of just like got more armor over time. So it's similar to how they are in Disney canon. Like they said at first they were meant for humans, like they were suits, and then they became robots. That's how it was in Legends too, but kind of for different purposes. I gotta play through them all. There's actually surprisingly quite a few playthroughs of them on YouTube. I say surprisingly just because, well, you know, the first game of them is going to be 30 years old in 2 years, which is crazy to me. That something from mid 90s is going to be 30. But yeah.
We're ready and willing to do something good, kind sir.
And each game is set during like a specific era. Well, not era, but like part of the timeline. The first couple missions of Dark Forces are set. I think the first mission is set before A New Hope. Kyle Katarn actually gets a piece of the Death Star plans. In Legends, it's pretty much explained that the Death Star plans were actually separated to different pieces, and that Kyle Katarn got one of those pieces, and in the original Battlefront 2, they got some of those pieces, and then it got all sent to Leia's ship in one disc. And Kyle gets one of those pieces, and you know it's set in the original still and not afterwards because Vader's in there. And he's on the Executor, his ship from Empire and Return of the Jedi, and there's like this general who's the guy in charge of the whole Dark Trooper program. You could say he's kind of like their version of Moff Gideon, but he's really just like your standard Empire general. Like, he doesn't have the dark saber or anything. He's just your standard general, but he's in charge of the whole Dark Trooper project. Kyle Katarn, though, became such a popular character with, like, fans that he was eventually put into some of the books. Not, like, major stuff, though, like, usually not major stuff, like, he'd just have a cameo or whatever, like, oh yeah, Kyle Katarn, he's there because he's in my Jedi Order, like, maybe Luke would say something. I'm now heavily debating going back downstairs to my PC and play it now. If it'll run it, then yeah, I'll suggest it. I think it's like $6, I'm gonna say, on Steam. I bought it, but then when I tried to play it, it couldn't run, so... but if I were you, maybe you could wait, though, because there is a remaster coming out, either end of this year or early next year. It's 2 a.m. for you, so maybe not. Yeah, but there is remaster coming out soon. There's a trailer for it online. It's not like a heavy remaster, like, oh, it doesn't look brand new, but the graphics are a little more touched up. Like, they still look old, but it doesn't look like complete shit now. Like, it looks a little more refined, but you can still tell it's definitely 30 years old. Like, the animations they had for cutscenes are a little more smoother. Your dad's gonna wake up, so it's probably not the best idea. Yeah. Yeah, maybe wait till tomorrow. But the games in the series are Dark Forces, Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight. Then there's Dark Forces Jedi Knight Mysteries of the Sith, which was originally a DLC to the second game, but then is now sold as a third game. And then there's Jedi Knight Jedi Outcast, and then there's Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. Jedi Academy is cool because you get to make your own character. And also those games have the best lightsaber combat I've ever had in any Star Wars game. It's so fluid, and you actually feel powerful. And you can expand into like both the dark and light side. Like, you can have Force Lightning while having the Jedi Mind Trick. It's pretty cool. I guess you could say it's kind of similar to how what the Force Unleashed would be. I definitely think they probably took a lot of inspiration from those games for the Force Unleashed, for like the lightsaber stuff and the Force abilities, like, you know, the skill tree. They had that for the Jedi Knight games. You use a double-bladed lightsaber. I don't think so, because the games they started to come out before Phantom Menace, and I think you can have two lightsabers though. Like you can have two lightsabers though. And you can make them like any color. Like they can be purple, yellow. I think it's like almost like anything but red or white, pretty much. Like basically anything but a gray Jedi or Sith colors. Like you can have orange lightsaber, blue, green, yellow, orange. Pretty fun. That's close enough, yeah. But they do have like the Zabrak species for Jedi Academy, like so you can make yourself kind of look like Maul or Savage Opress. Because I believe Jedi Academy came out like 2003, something like that. So it came out about 4 years after Phantom Menace. Like Galen Merrick still works out. Yeah. Have you played the Force Unleashed games? Because those are considered legends. I believe there's also games with Thrawn, but I don't think they were like the greatest games ever. Played them both? Nice. Have you played the DLC? You love them? Yeah, I love them too. Sam Witwer is amazing. And I love that they then had him come back for Clone Wars and eventually Rebels. The DLC missions in the Force Unleashed 1 are like some of my favorites. Like you have the whole alternate reality thing, like basically what if Starkiller killed Vader instead of trying to trying to attack the Emperor. I thought was so cool, and that he becomes the Emperor's apprentice and like he hunts down Luke, he fights Ben Kenobi, and then fights his ghost. He has Luke fall to the dark side, including the DLC. Yeah. And you know that Jedi Temple DLC mission is actually part of the normal Force Unleashed story. It was just pulled from the game because I guess maybe they thought it made the game a little too long. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't like the mission as much. But on like different ports of the game, it is actually part of the campaign. It's just like on the port I have on the Xbox, it's not on there and it's just a DLC. Get around somehow. Oh, I don't know how to get around. I think I may actually have to just use my ship to go around. Yeah, I don't think it's actually physically possible. I don't think it's physically possible to go there. I've seen Galen Merrick absolutely destroy Kenobi, Boba, Luke, and the Force Unleashed to destroy Leia and Chewie. Yeah, I love that. I feel like that'd be like a cool comic series, you know, like expanding on that timeline, like maybe Luke becomes his apprentice or something, because you know Luke did fall to the dark side, and that he had the Sith eyes. Maybe he became as a secret apprentice, so like we all thought he was dead, but really maybe he was just like on the Death Star or something. In reality, though, I don't think Starkiller would have kept the Death Star. I think he would have thought it was just a waste of stuff. Like how pretty much most people in the Empire saw it. It was very sad seeing Chewie die, as he's my favorite character. Yeah. Man, if you like Chewie, you'll definitely like the holiday special. I don't think anybody does, but it's something. I think I'm going to end the stream there. We've already hit the 2 hour and 45 minute mark. So, we're going to raid our friend Coach Vader. He's another Star Wars streamer. He's playing Fortnite right now. Probably having some cool Star Wars skin. Lumpy's your favorite character. Isn't Lumpy Chewie's son from the holiday special? Um, yeah, show Coach lots of love. Join his Discord. He's amazing. Give him a follow. He's really cool. He's a member of the 501st Legion, the cosplay group. He makes his own armor and everything. He's awesome. So, he's terrible. So, yeah. Have a good night, Ted. I may stream tomorrow, may not. It all depends on how school has me feeling tomorrow. So, that's kind of the bummer about my streams. You kind of got to assume that I just may or may not stream. So, but anyways, see you, dude. Have a good night, man. Show Coach lots of love. Yeah, have a good night.